Hi, it's Nicola and welcome. Today we're talking about printing, how to get your own book printed without going crazy. And if you're interviewing a loved one and helping them write their life story, I'll have a free gift for you, so stay with me to the end. If you haven't come across Forever Young autobiographies before, welcome. It's where we learn to write life stories for family and friends so that unique memories will live on. Love you to follow, subscribe and like the show. Now, getting your final book ready for printing is a monumental achievement. It's very exciting, but you've climbed that writing mountain and that's one last step is getting it published. And with that step comes printing decisions. Now, a printer will do just that. They're concerned with just printing your book, not all the different options of getting it ready for printing. So that's why I'm here today. I'm going to go over three key areas that you need to know to get your book printed. Now, the first one is trim size. This is the physical size of your book. A printer will want to know what size it is, and you can get a good idea of different print sizes out there by looking on your bookshelf, heading to your library or bookstore. Now, there's different types of trim sizes depending on the different genres of books, but it's a bit like fashion. Things do sort of change. I like to give a rule of thumb for a non-fiction memoir is sort of between that 5 by 8 inches measurement range, about A5, but I will give some specific examples or specific measurements on my website for the article for this topic. So go head over there for exact measurements. So once you've got your trim size locked down, you need to think about paper. Now, before we do paper, they will ask you, do you want a coloured book or a black and white printed book? Now, of course, colour involves more ink, so it will be more expensive. But if you've got a lot of photos, it could be a really good way to go. You want colour reproduced photos. So if you've decided colour or black and white, they'll ask you, okay, paper. Now, you've got a whole spectrum of paper colour. You've got your kind of creamy coloured paper, which is easy on the eye for longer reads. And then you have your real glossy white colour, which is really great for those photos, for helping them to stand out. And then the next step in the paper decisions is what sort of weight of paper. You have a standard weight, which would probably be good for black and white and colour, but if you really want those colours to be vivid, then you want a thicker, heavier paper. Again, all the specific measurements for this will be in the article for this topic on my website. So I'll give you the link for that a bit later on. Okay, now we've done inside of the book, now we've just got to get to the covers. And the covers, there's pretty much up to you, it's your personal preference and also your budget. We have two basic types, we've got the paperback and the hardcover. So paperback here, I've got an example, is basically, it's a paper cover. It's the most popular kind of book printing. It's because it's easy to hold, it's compact, and it's the cheaper version. It's the cheap option. Now you've got the binding here, and you've got a paper laminated cover, and the cover can be matte or gloss, a bit like when you're getting your photos developed at the lab. The other option then you have is a hardcover book, a bit more deluxe, a bit more top end, okay? Now these will come with and without a dust jacket. So I'm going to take this one off here. You've got a cardboard cover, okay? So a bit more firm. And then the cardboard cover it can be covered in here. I've got fabric with embossed writing here, but it can also be a laminated paper cover. So there's pretty well your two options there. And just a quick note on smaller books. If it's under 50 pages, you might want to go with what's called saddle stitch, where it's the cover and all the pages are stapled in the middle. And that's probably going to be your best bet. So there's breaking it down, the printing options in 3 simple steps. We've talked about trim size, colour and paper types, and then finally the different cover options. I just really want you to have a bit of an understanding about that and make it really clear and easy for you to get your book printed. If you need any more information, there's a whole article about this topic on my website, which is foreveryoungautobiographies.com/how to get your own book printed, and it'll go into all the details there. And while you're over there, leave me a comment. How did you go with your printing process? Are you stuck on something? I'd love to help you out. So leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. Earlier I mentioned if you are interviewing a loved one and writing their life story, I have some free sections to the Your Family Story system. You can sign up for those at the website, or I'll leave a link for you. But basically this is the system I used when I was helping my grandmother, who's in her 90s, write her life story. So I break it down step by step and I give you the first few sections to get started. Makes it really simple. If you've with me to this point, I'd love for you to follow, subscribe and like the show, because I'll be back again really soon with another topic. So until then, happy writing!